Traders, a very, very warm welcome to you all. I am Devang Mehra and I welcome you all to the episode 12 of TFA Talks. We have come a long way. And my agenda for today is to discuss about the view, the market outlook and strategy for Nifty, Bank Nifty, and the stocks to trade for tomorrow, which is your Tuesday, October 27th, 2020. So let's get started without further ado. But I just want to tell you guys, I hope you made money today. What a wonderful day you had. The last entire week, if you watch our podcasts, every single day we were telling you that we were personally going to look on the short side. We were aggressively on the short side. And this was a time when the market veterans have been telling you to go long in the market. I'm not going to take any names, but you're all aware of that. And on Friday, we gave you a podcast where we told you a 200, 250 point movement is going to come in the market. Be prepared for that. It personally didn't happen on Friday, but yesterday in the podcast on the 50 stocks to trade, I particularly mentioned that 820 is the level you have to aggressively short at. Today, the markets give you a low of 11,711. So that's a good 110 point fall. I hope you made money. And I'm very happy that everyone is spending 20 minutes a day and watching these podcasts. You know, the main vision my team has is to provide value to each and every one of you. And we do not want to charge any single penny for that. So thank you all for tuning in every single day. If you traded today, if you made some good money, give it a thumbs up, guys. Comment in the section below. What did you trade? How much you earned? And at the same time, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. So yeah, let's get started. So Friday, 820 was the level. The entire week we talked about it. And I want you to remember two rules, psychological rules that will help you in the markets. I love to play casino. So the rules are very similar to what I do in the casino. So it's similar to what I call this game called roulette. So you know what is roulette? Roulette is that, the big machine and a ball keeps rolling. So you have to either say, is the ball going to end on is the ball going to end on the red color or the black color? That's basically how roulette is. It's a 50% chance. That's something what I like to equate markets with. I'm not saying you use this approach, but keep this in the back of your head. So markets always like to move in equilibrium. They want to move in a balance. What I mean by that is if the market is moving sideways for a very, very long time, the probability of a trending market will increase. We made it very clear on Sunday. We made it very clear on Friday. I hope you listen to these points because this is what will help you make money. And this is the rule of roulette. If the ball is landing every single time on black, the probability of red increases no matter what. That's the same thing. So if you look at the market the last 4 5 days, you had about 5 dojis, which told you markets are moving in a tight consolidated range. So the chances of an increase of a trending market, I would say, increases. So on Sunday, I told you aggressively buy above 12,020, aggressively sell below 11,820. And today you got that movement. That's the number one point you have to keep in mind. So will this continue? We will discuss in the podcast, but do keep this point in mind. The number two point I want to make clear is this euphoria will continue. And this is the reason why people lose money in the markets. Please understand this point is very, very important. Today, you got a 250 point fall in Nifty, right? Now, what happens is whoever has traded today, I'm obviously expecting, I saw a lot of screenshots that came to me today. I'm very happy for all the profits you have made. But what happens is, let's say you made 50,000 today. It was quite possible, or maybe 1 lakh today. Now, what happens is tomorrow when you go into the market, you are expecting the same kind of return. So your mindset is functioned in such a way that you want to make 1 lakh, 1.5 lakh tomorrow also. But that is not going to happen because this movement you got today happens only once in maybe 10 days. This happened, the last movement like this happened on 15th of October. Now, after 10 days, you have got something like that. So another movement as such a big fall maybe happens tomorrow. I'm not sure about that. But my mindset I'm not planning my mindset like that. So tomorrow when you come in the market, you have to treat it like a normal day and not have a mindset to make big bucks in the market. If market gives you big bucks, it will oblige your analysis. It's fine. We take the money. Otherwise, remember, you will always earn less than someone else. Someone in the market will always earn more than you. And you have to accept that fact. You do not have to buy the market at the bottom and sell at the top. We have to operate in the middle and make some money out of it. So do remember these 2 points because they'll help you a lot in the market. Sorry. Stock picks, Reliance. Every single day of the last week, I've been telling you short Reliance, and this was around 15th of October. If you watch our podcast of 15th of October, that was the first time we told you, please short Reliance. It's a sell on rise market. And that was one time where everyone never knew what shorting Reliance means, because Reliance is a big overweight stock in Nifty. And we were the people who told you short on Reliance. People laughed at us back then, but you can see Reliance 2,000 rupees right now. Now, do you short Reliance? I'm not sure right now, but our aim for Reliance going forward is 2,000 is a very, very strong support. If this holds, Nifty will hold. But if Nifty has to fall to 11,550, Reliance has to fall below 2,000. So you have to see what Reliance does at 2,000. We'll talk about this in detail going forward. Another stock pick we have been giving you last week, Pfizer. I've told you all to accumulate Pfizer going forward. I gave you the stock pick at 5,000 level. Today it's at 5,200, gave a high of 5,220. I hope you made good money on this as well. Another stock pick I gave yesterday, AstraZeneca, in my 50 stocks must trade video. AstraZeneca was one stock I told you all to please buy. Today you can see in just one trading session, you have got about 8% return from 4,272 all the way to 4,600. That's a big success to me. I made a lot of money on that. If you traded AstraZeneca, give it a thumbs up, guys. And another stock Himalay has been telling you to short is HDFC Bank. He's telling you all to short Asian Paints the entire week. You must have made money on that as well. So these were some stock picks that we have been giving. Yesterday also, we were talking about a couple of more stocks. Just to name a few, we have been talking about Polygam. I made it quite clear that Polygam is one stock you have to buy going forward. And today it has given you about 8.6% profit. This was again discussed in the 50 stocks must trade video. Another success to us. Markets are at 250 points lower, but Polycab shines. And finally, yeah, I think that's a couple of stocks I wanted to talk about. Right. So what to do in Polycab, we'll discuss in some time, but let's just discuss about the markets now. Let's get started with our video. Today, markets have underperformed, no doubt to that. India VIX, the volatility index went up 5%. That's a lot. It is basically telling us the volatility going forward is increasing coming to the US elections. Today, the fall was led by auto sector. It was down about 3.5%, and metals have also underperformed quite drastically. And talking about Nifty and Nifty Bank, Nifty has been weak. Nifty Bank did recover. This was basically due to Kotak Mahindra Bank having a good set of earnings. They did post 26% rise in profit, and that really helped Nifty Bank close above 24,000. Let's talk about global markets for a bit before we get into in the Indian markets. The reason is our markets, entire world markets are synced. You believe that or not, but you have to always have a balanced approach to all of them. There is a big US market meltdown. Dow Jones down 2.5%. This is all due to a stimulus deal not being taken out. Elections are around the corner, so a lot of pressure coming there. There is a big meltdown in Dow. It has broken the 20 moving average. Now it is heading towards the lower band, which is around 27,400 levels. So this is a very weak thing. It will keep some pressure in the global sentiment. Your S&P 500 has also broken the 20 moving average, and it is now heading towards the 3320 levels. A lot of weakness persists in America. Same is the case with Nasdaq. All three indices have broken their 20 moving average. So that is one sign of a negative sentiment in the market. Something I'm particularly interested, the S&P 500 volatility index. This is one thing I'm teaching you in all my videos. This is a new learning. S&P 500 VIX is basically how much volatility can you expect going forward in the next 30 days. And there's a rule that S&P VIX should be below 30 for the markets to stay healthy. S&P VIX today has given you a 1 month high. And when S&P VIX goes up, it has gone up 15%, a whopping 15% today. This shows a lot of weaknesses there in the market. It is going to be a volatile market going forward into November. Please mark my words, you are going to see big swings in the market. But this is basically adding to the negative sentiment prevailing in America. Talking about UK, basically the European Union, we made it quite clear in the TFA daily forum. If you are in a WhatsApp group, we sent you a news update at 12 o'clock. Lockdown measures are being announced in UK, France, and Italy. This has basically led to the big fall in India as well, because so much a surge in the coronavirus cases. So people are becoming more and more cautious. So UK is down about 1.5% right now, and DAX of Germany a whopping 4%. That's a very, very big amount, guys. I've not seen something like this in a very, very long time. So DAX is already weak. This is one last line of defense, the 250 level. It's already broken that as well. So things are looking very, very bad in Europe. So I hope this does not carry forward to India. Making money in the market is one thing, but when you are short on the market, you're particularly betting against the country, the GDP, the unemployment, the poverty, and I do not want that. I want the markets to progress. I want them to go up. So that's a different a philanthropic topic I'm talking about, but let's keep that aside. So SGX right now, the Nifty futures are trading fine. They are about 20 odd points higher than when Nifty closed, but that's not really what matters because the figure can change overnight. So I would like to ignore this for the time being. Let's come to Nifty now. Let's come to our main topic of business. Nifty, as expected, has given the fall. It has given the fall, and we were expecting a fall from 870 to 770 was the first target, going to 650 and 550. Now, what has happened is the interesting thing in Nifty is it has taken a support at 20 moving average. That is something I want you all to understand. If you look at the charts of Nifty, it really respects the 20 moving average. It has respected it here, and going forward every dip has been respecting the 20 moving average. If it doesn't respect the 20, another thing I want you all to understand, if it doesn't respect, what happens if Nifty goes below 20 moving average? Then what happens is that it hits the lower band and then bounces back. It hits the lower band and then bounces back. You can see this example also. It hits the lower band and then it bounces back. So now if you keep these couple of points in the market in your mind, today Nifty has taken exact support at 20 moving average. Tomorrow it is very important to understand, will this 20 MA be breached? Because if this 20 MA, the level currently of the 20 MA is coming around 11,717. So let's take a 11,720 number. That's my level. If that level is breached, then we will be heading towards the lower Bollinger Band, which will come around 11,220, or let's say 11,300 going forward. I want you all to keep it in mind. But there is also a possibility that Nifty can bounce from here heading to the upper band. That's a possibility. So let's talk about the internals. The externals still have one ray of hope, which is your 20 MA. If I look at the internals, the 15-minute charts, so on the 15-minute charts, what was the time where did we tell you to short? It was 820, which was around this level, 820. So below this level, markets kept on plunging and plunging and plunging. So now going forward, 820 will become a resistance. You have to see what the markets are doing at 820. So let's talk about a couple of different scenarios. What happens if the markets open flat? I think if the markets open flat, because the sentiment in the end was bullish, so markets will try to give more of a pullback and then go higher. Markets are weak internally. If you look at the markets, they are weak. A big fall has happened. Such kind of pullbacks are okay. They're nothing to be kind of scared of. So I would say you should look what happens at this level of 11,820. If at 11,820 your pullback is stopping, this will become one area I would be interested to go short at. You can try with a 15-20 point SL on Nifty, and the targets can obviously be a 720 level, 770 level going forward. This is one area I'll be particularly interested in when I talk about the charts of Nifty. So 820, look what happens at 820. If you get some resistance, do not blindly sell there. Get some kind of a candlestick confirmation, get some indicator or price action telling you to go short, and then go short. At 11,820, on the bottom, 11,720 currently is making a lot of sense. So I think tomorrow markets might move in this range, 720 to 820. This 100-point range is possible depending on what's the news overnight, what happens. If some positive sentiment is flowing in, if some positive sentiment flows in, then 820 can be breached. because going forward into the elections, any of these days a coronavirus bill can be announced by America. So we have to keep that in mind. Then my level remains same, which is about 870. The level will be something like 870. I want you to keep this level in mind. This is one level I've been playing for a long time now. If you remember, we told you to go short in less quantity at 870 the entire last week. So tomorrow, these are the two levels, 870 and 820. They will try to be a resistance for the markets going forward. At the same time, the levels below 820 are 770. This is one small resistance. This exact point was held, the 770 zone. You have to see what markets are doing at this point, followed by a 720. These are four levels I want you to play by tomorrow, depending on whichever sides market are going, because you have to understand it's not our job to predict the markets. We have to play by the levels, right? So if the markets are bearish, 770 and 720 are good targets. If the markets try to go higher, then we go for 820 and 870. But personally, I'm planning a little bit more on the bearish side. But all these remarks I make are for educational purposes. So please do consult your advisors before you take such decisions, right? So that's about Nifty. It does look weak. It does look weak. And if I go to the daily charts, pullbacks are possible because the data, that FIR data that came today, is suggesting some kind of a pullback. So a good 50-60 point pullback can come in the market. I'm not removing that thing in the market. But this is one very important zone. This zone is of about, I would say, 550 levels. This zone is very important. If Nifty starts to fall, let's say some negative news comes into the market and if Nifty starts to fall, going forward, you can expect some cushion at 11,550. It is possible. But we'll come to that later. Let's go one by one and not jump the boat. That's what we would like to do. Talking about Bank Nifty, if you have any doubts, make sure you give us a call or make sure you message us on Instagram. Our phone number is 8080343031. Good thing about Bank Nifty is 24,000 sustained. If you remember, we told you 24,000 is a last line of hope for your buyers, and the 24,000 level today has sustained because of Kotak Mahindra back. But it's fine. Whoever has sustained has sustained. Now, when can we aggressively sell? I mean, we can again sell below 24,000. You look, internals do look weak. This pullback that you have got is not a powerful one. Is it just result based of Kotak or whatever it is? It's not for us to decide, but internals do look weak. There is some kind of a support coming at 24,400. This level is important going forward. If markets try to go higher, they should try to be stopped at 24,400. This looks like a very good area to build up a short going forward if the markets are weak. So try to see what the markets are doing at 24,400. If you get some bearishness there, you can try to go short because the markets are looking weak. The levels have been broken. At the same time, this 24,150 level is also a very significant level. So if markets open flat and they take a resistance there and they start to trade below 24,000, then you can go for a short again. So for me, 24,000 is a good level, 24,150 is a good level, followed by 24,400. These looks good level to me. So whichever way markets are going, we do not have to forecast, but we can play by these levels. On the downside, 24,600 is a strong support because there is a gap before that, which gap can be filled. So the levels on the downside are 24,800 and 24,600. These are two levels I would like to give on the downside because if market starts to trade below 24,000 tomorrow, it will try to go to 24,800 and 23,600. These two levels are then possible. Below 23,800, again, a panic can come because there is a gap and the gaps tend to be filled in the market. So you have to keep these points in your mind. Currently, global markets are weak. So I will be planning somewhat of a bearish side. But if the markets give me a bullish movement tomorrow, I have my level so I can trade off it. Another important update I would like to give is we will be starting live market updates, live videos basically during the live market hours from the coming sessions. So if you would like to see that, for us to give advice during live market hours, stocks to recommend, give this video a thumbs up. And once we get 100 likes, we will be making such videos. So that's about index. Let's talk about a couple of stocks. One stock, as I already mentioned in the intro, was Reliance. Reliance is weak, no doubt to that. But Reliance is one stock which will hold Nifty. because markets either go up or go down because of Reliance and HDFC Bank. We have to understand that. So going forward, we have to see what does Reliance do at 2000. If markets fall tomorrow, you have to see what is Reliance doing at 2000. If Reliance takes a support at 2000, I think this is a very, very good place for a long-term buyer or even a short-term player to buy Reliance. Your stop loss can be just 10-20 points, and you can have a very good target of 2060, 2120, also for about 2180 levels, which we'll come to later. But Reliance will be a good buy, but do not blindly buy when you come here. Get some kind of confirmation, get some kind of buying pressure, and then we can go to buy. But if Reliance breaks 2000, then a big fall will come in Reliance, maybe even 1930 levels, followed by 1850 levels. These levels can come, but I'm not planning it for tomorrow. I think Reliance will hold 2000. It's a very difficult level to break. So we might, even if it breaks, we might get some kind of a hammer on Reliance. But this is one very important area for Reliance. So you can keep this in your watch list. And depending which way the markets go, we can trade Reliance. Another stock I would like you all to keep it in your watch is your Coforge, which is the previous NIIT Tech. Coforge is one stock I'm particularly interested in. I will not be buying tomorrow. My levels, if I get this level going forward, 2050, that will be a must buy for me for Coforge. Currently, I have a very strong resistance at 2250. 2250 is the level. So if 2250 is taken out, not taken out, we will try to head towards 2050 levels also. But I just want you all to tell you basically to keep this in your watch list. I will be buying this on a short-term basis, and I intimate when I'm buying this. Another stock I would like you all to keep it in your watch list, HDFC Life. It was given in the podcast. So if 580 levels are knocked off tomorrow, it's a great buy. You can go long. You can have a 1%, 1.5%, 2% targets. You can use pivot points for targets. But I am basically, it looks like a very good falling wedge breakout. So tomorrow above this 580, 582 levels, you can go long on HDFC Life, and it can give you very good momentum on an intraday basis. So you can try the nearest options, or you can try in cash. One thing I would like to recommend is if you are trading in options for Nifty Bank, I would recommend you do not go for the October end expiry, because the decay factor will come in now. I will recommend all of you humbly to either go for the November expiry or try to go for the November first week or a second week expiry. Always have 1 week in the middle, so that if things go wrong, your premium doesn't decay very fast. That's a suggestion I would like to make to you all. Another stock is Polygam, which a couple of people have been asking me what to do now. Polygam has given the return that it was expected. Our targets were 940. It was clear yesterday when we gave these levels. So now it's important what you do at 940. My humble suggestion would be try to book some profit here. I do not know where Polycab is scheduled to go, but I would suggest try to book some profit here. The reason is we have to assume that resistance will not be taken out. It will fall, because the resistance essentially is a selling zone. If it crosses, you might get 1,000 rupees level. Let's take a round number of 1,000. That is quite possible, but I am not expecting that. If it happens, it's a bonus. So if you are holding, let's say 100 shares of Polycab, my suggestion is tomorrow at least exit 20 or 30 shares. The reason is if we book partial profit, and even if the shares go up, it's good for me because I'm still holding 70 shares. At the same time, if it goes down, I have booked some profit at the optimum level, and then I can again exit. So tomorrow it becomes very important where Polycab trades. I think 1,000 is a very, very strong number. 1,000 should not be taken out in one go. It will try to form some kind of consolidation there. Also considering this is a very strong trend line which is coming to 1,000 level. So I think 1,000 should not be taken out. If you are a risky person, you can try to wait till 1,000, but otherwise try to start partially booking profits. That is something I would like to tell you all going forward. The best advice I can give you all generally, I will give you more stock picks during the live market hours if you are in our WhatsApp group. So make sure you join that. Message us on Instagram and we'll add you to the group, our TFA Daily, our WhatsApp stock market community. But generally, I would like to give you an advice. So if the global meltdown starts, what I mean by that is the crucial level on Dow has been broken, which is of 28,000. Now that level has already been broken. So now if this fall is starting, the best advice I can give you is to have cash. Do not be fully into the markets, because if markets fall like 4-5% from here, you will be in losses. So what I have personally done is I have taken out some positions which are at a small profit or at cost to cost. This basically helps me that even if markets fall, I can again re-enter those stocks or better stocks depending upon the market sentiment. So in positions like in times like these, when there is a lot of uncertainty, when there is a lot of volatility, I would recommend have some cash to put into the market when the opportunity arises. So for example, on Friday, we were telling you to have to go short. So you should have cash to go short. Now, if going forward, if I'm telling you to go long at a particular price, maybe at 11,550, if you get that level on Nifty, I'll tell you to go long, but wait for my trigger. If that happens, you should have some cash to take advantage of that opportunity. So that is my humble advice. So guys, that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and we would love to provide you all value and make a difference in your trading lives. And I'll see you tomorrow in the episode number 13 of TFA Talks.